For most of human history, identity was simple. A face, a signature, a passport, a physical document proving you exist. But over the last 20 years, identity has slowly become digital. Every account you create, every payment you make, every app you log into, creates a version of you online. Today, your digital identity is fragmented. Your bank verifies you one way, your government another, social media platforms another. But governments and technology companies are now moving towards something very different: unified digital identity systems. This idea is called the digital ID economy, and it could fundamentally change how modern society functions. A digital ID system is essentially a secure digital version of identification. Instead of repeatedly proving who you are across different systems, one verified identity could connect everything together. Banking, healthcare, travel, taxes, education, employment, payments, online accounts. In theory, this solves many real problems. Fraud costs the global economy hundreds of billions of dollars every year. Identity theft continues growing. Fake accounts flood the internet, and verification systems are often slow and inefficient. Digital identity systems aim to reduce friction. Instead of uploading documents repeatedly, identity could be verified instantly. This is why many countries are already developing digital ID infrastructure. India created Aadhaar, the world's largest biometric identification system. Estonia built one of the most advanced digital societies on Earth, where citizens can access taxes, healthcare, voting, and banking digitally. The European Union is currently developing digital identity frameworks for member states, and private companies are building parallel systems as well. Banks use biometric verification. Airports use facial recognition. Platforms increasingly require identity confirmation to reduce bots and fraud. In many ways, digital ID is becoming the foundation of the modern internet. But this creates an entirely new challenge. When identity becomes digital, access becomes programmable. Because digital systems can automatically grant or deny permissions, that changes the nature of infrastructure itself. Historically, identity was mostly passive. You showed documents when necessary. But digital identity systems are active, constantly verifying, constantly authenticating, constantly connected to databases and networks. And once enough systems become integrated, identity stops being just identification. It becomes a gateway. Your ability to access services, make payments, travel, sign contracts, or interact online may increasingly depend on digital verification systems. This raises difficult questions societies are still trying to answer. Who controls identity infrastructure? Who stores biometric data? How much information should governments or corporations have access to? What happens if systems fail? What protections exist against abuse? Because history shows something important about technology. The technologies that reshape society most deeply are usually the ones that become invisible. Electricity, the internet, smartphones, search engines. People stop noticing them because daily life becomes impossible without them. Digital identity may follow the same path, not through one dramatic moment, but slowly, conveniently, system by system. And over time, identity itself may become one of the most important forms of infrastructure in the digital world. Because once identity becomes digital, the systems connected to it become powerful. Not necessarily because they are evil, but because infrastructure always shapes behavior. Roads shape cities, algorithms shape attention, and identity systems may eventually shape access itself.
That is why the digital ID economy matters. Not because it is science fiction, but because it is already being built quietly around the world. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Subscribe for more documentaries about systems, technology, psychology, power, and the hidden structures shaping modern life.